Sunday, October 24th, and it is a rainy day here in Iowa. We've had major thunderstorms coming through all day today, and actually we did not make it out this morning because the heart of the thunderstorm was right over us. And tonight I have made the move to this smaller farm. It's about 28 acres, and we've got this 2-acre brassica, clover, rye, oat. We put a little bit of everything here. The food plot that we're sitting on. And I've had lots of great bucks out here this year. There's one buck in particular I'm looking forward to seeing. He just looks super mature, mainframe 10. He's got some big daggers coming off the base on one side. And he's just a really cool looking deer. And he's been running around. He's actually been in daylight in the morning a week or 10 days ago. And I've had him just working scrapes all around this field edge. And we've had a couple other really good bucks in this area too. Most of the other ones look like 4-year-olds. And so we'll just have to see them in person and see what they look like. Excited to be out. We have a east-northeast wind. It's about 49 degrees, and we're going to get more rain before the hunt's up. There's going to be another cell that passes over us. We only have about an hour and a half to go. And there was no deer out in the field when we got to the food plot, but we did see a couple deer crossing the roads, things like that when we're driving up. So the deer are on their feet and moving. And this time of year, you know, it just gets, each day we get closer to November, it gets better and better. So excited for this evening's sit. Hopefully we have some good activity. Ooh, that's the 9-pointer. That's that heavy, heavy 9. What a great deer. Well, it continues. It might get better than that. Look at the mass. Man, that's awesome. That's a pretty awesome buck. Real heavy 9 with a extra point at the base between the 2 and the 3 on the one side. I've got a lot of pictures of him, and I keep going back whether he's 4 or 5, but he's just bedded right there in the CRP grass, and when it really started raining hard, he stood up for a little bit, then he just laid back down, and we could just see his rack. And I imagine with these conditions that most of the deer are bedded. We haven't actually seen any deer moving, other than, you know, across the road when we were first pulling up, but that was a gap in the rain shower. And so anyway, it's been pretty slow. It's about 6 o'clock now, so we've got about 35-40 minutes left. And we'll see. Hopefully he gets up and works into the food plot. It'd be cool to get some better footage out of him. Really great deer. There's a wide buck under that yellow tree. I think it might be that wide 9. It's walking towards it. 3-year-old's like, just kidding.
I don't want new parts of you.
Look how bristled he is. Dude, how cool is that?
I mean, it's pouring down rain. Can you see this? Come on. He just walked right on by. He thought it was a good idea at first.
It's a little dark, you know.
He's like, I can't tell what you are. That was like Max with his,
You listened to that?
I did. I listened to it today. Oh, yeah, shake off. Too bad we're at 30 frames. Ah, man, I wish I could be at 130 frames.
I wish it was like more daylight too. But at least you get to see it. I mean, if you can see it on there, it's probably usable.
Oh, it's going to be good footage.
Guys, walking right there. They're going to have some work to do.
I like that there's enough, like we can see him in the grass at least.
Well, it ended up being a pretty awesome sit despite the low deer numbers and the poor conditions. That deer is a really nice looking deer, and he stood up right at last light, and he was looking over to our right, and I spotted another buck in the grass, and it looks like that same really nice 3-year-old 9 that we filmed the last time we hunted here, and they kind of squared off, and he walked that young deer off. It was all bristled up, and they ended up working their way up to the food plot. Really cool to spot that deer bedded down and have a nice mature buck encounter for essentially the 5th day in a row. I think on nights like tonight, when the conditions are so windy and blustery, a lot of the deer probably try to find some low spot or some place out of the wind to feed. I was hoping we would get it would calm down a little bit that last hour and we'd get a gap in the rain, but we didn't. So in general, the deer movement was fairly suppressed, but pretty cool to see a big buck like that. And excited for the coming days here. I've got the next 2 days off of work, and we're going to be sticking after him, and hopefully we can catch up with one of our shooters.